Hey guys, welcome to a new sewing video. After the last one was a little bit of a disaster, doesn't matter, we're going to go into a new one with fresh courage. I learned a lot from that last project. One of the things I learned was that apparently reproduction vintage patterns are notoriously difficult to work with, which is why, of course, the pattern I'm using today is a vintage reproduction one. No, I already have a couple that I'm really excited to use, and I just know I need to be a bit more cautious and wary and maybe try a little bit of a paper mock-up first before I do the whole thing. So this is what we are making today. This is a reproduction Vogue pattern from a 1939 design, which is, I think, the earliest inspired period I've ever made something from, and I really like this dress. I like how it's very different from what I've made so far. It doesn't have a circle skirt, it's kind of fit and flare, A-line, really cute collar and neckline. I want to make this one, UB here, which is the slightly simpler looking one. I think this looks really cute, like a super nice summer dress, and this is the fabric I want to use for it. And yes, I washed it. I even put it in the dryer, so I know it won't shrink on me. This is what I'm gonna use. I hope I have enough of it. I bought it before I knew what pattern I wanted to make with it. Yeah, we'll see about that when I transfer the pattern. But that's the plan. I'm gonna make this out of this. It's a cotton, by the way. And I'm gonna hope that it turns into a really nice summery dress. Fingers crossed, and let's get started. Alrighty, so I pinned the paper pattern to my dress form, and I'm glad I did that because I already noticed a couple of things. As usual, the waist is a little low on me. I have a pretty short upper body compared to my lower body, so I think I'm gonna shorten the top a little bit. Second thing I noticed, and I kind of knew this, but I would have forgotten if I hadn't done this. This dress comes with padded shoulders. They stick out quite a bit. Now, I'm already not a big fan of shoulder pads. I just don't like the look, especially on myself. And I think I would like to get rid of those. So I'll need to shorten this a little bit. And then I also noticed that there is a lot of wearing ease right here underneath the armpits. We need a little bit of that because the top does gather around here, around the neckline, but I'm not sure I want this much. I mean, I do think it'll be cute if the top is a little bit baggy, I guess. That adds to the whole period look, but this might be a little bit too much. So I will have to fidget with the sleeve setting a little bit, which I'm nervous about because that is already a complicated part of dress making, but I think the whole thing will be better if I do that. So mental notes, need to change the sleeves, I need to shorten the top, and then everything else should be fine. The skirt looks good, happy with the length and everything. So I think I am now just gonna lay out my pattern, maybe trace the top and try and take in the sleeves here a little bit. I don't want to cut into this pattern directly, so I'm gonna trace that one first. Time for a quick update. I am making the bodice front, and it has a slit right here underneath the collar on the neckline, and I am now making that and kind of doing a facing at the same time. So this is my facing bit, and I just sewed, as you can see, along the sewing lines there. Now I need to cut this down the center so that I get that little slit, and then try my best to do a little bit of understitching, and then I think we're gonna turn that inside out and get a nice little facing. time for a short little break from sewing. You guys know how much I adore Function of Beauty, and I am really happy to be working with them again for this video. This video is kindly sponsored by Function of Beauty, who make custom hair care products. I have been using their shampoo and conditioner and hair mask and serum for well over a year now, and honestly guys, my hair, it's been a long time since my hair has looked this good. I don't think it has looked this good actually since I was a teenager. So basically how the concept works is that you take a quiz on their website. It's really quick, really short, where you input kind of the hair type that you have, your hair struggles, your hair goals, and they will then mix a custom formula just for you, for your specific hair type and what you want to achieve for your hair. So my personal hair profile is straight, fine and oily hair, and my goals are to hydrate, to nourish roots, replenish hair, soothe scalp and strengthen. So my goals are very focused on scalp health and maintaining, good, healthy, strong hair. I did go through hair loss a couple of times in the past, and it's not nice, but honestly, since I have been using these, I haven't experienced that at all anymore. And I have had very kind of scalp-focused hair goals for the past couple of times I have tried their shampoos. The scent that I chose, because you get to choose your custom scent as well, the scent that I chose is a cherry blossom scent, and I absolutely love this. It reminds me of my childhood. Cherry kind of flavored candy. Oh, amazing. You also get to choose the color of your products. I went for yellow for this bottle, and they print your name on the bottle, which is a really nice personal touch. The bottles also come with stickers. In case you are into even more personalization, you can do so with these. You also get a little leaflet with a personalized hair care routine just for you. And they switched their bottles over to recycled plastic and their packaging to recycled cardboard, which is amazing. So if you also have trouble finding hair care that is perfect for your hair and very specific to you, then I highly recommend trying customized hair care. My experience with them has been absolutely wonderful, and it's also just really fun to get to choose your own fragrance and color and name, and then to customize everything with stickers. It's a really fun experience. Highly recommend trying it out at least once. Function of Beauty products are clean from parabens, GMOs, sulfates or toxins, and are 100% vegan, which is awesome, of course. Cruelty-free as well. Function of Beauty are offering my viewers 20% off of your first purchase if you click the link in the description below. Definitely be sure to do that. I highly recommend these products. Cannot recommend them enough. They have completely changed the state of my hair, even after all of the historical hairstyling I did a while back that completely ruined my hair. I firmly believe that this has absolutely helped bring it back to life, and I couldn't be happier with them. So highly recommend checking them out. 20% off through the link in the description box. I want to give a massive thank you to Function of Beauty for working with me again on this video. And now let's move on and continue sewing this dress. Usually when I say this, I tend to jinx it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It looks to be going well. I have the rough shapes of my bodice ready here. The collar looks great. I love how it looks right now. Has a lot of potential. I'm really happy with it so far. I am doing everything by the book. I'm even ironing when they tell me to. I'm turning my seams, I'm pressing, I'm doing everything the right way. So fingers crossed this leads to a good result. Bodice is nearly finished. Next step is the sleeves. Now the sleeves should be interesting because let me come a bit closer. They have darts all along the top and then a pleat in the bottom. So it's a bit more of a complicated sleeve than I have done before, but I'm really intrigued and excited to get to work on this. So that is the next thing I'm gonna be doing. Let's see how this turns out. The sleeves are in. It's still looking very good. I'm so happy. So next step is to start working on the skirt and then final assembly. Oh, I absolutely love it. I think it's gonna look great. Love this fabric. The dress is very nearly finished. We are on to finishing touches. Here's how it's looking so far. I am very, very pleased. I think it looks great. Still absolutely love this fabric. So all there's left to do now is the closure. Where is it? On one of the sides. Oh, right here. The closure. It gives an option for a snap closure, and since I actually forgot to buy a zipper and we're still in lockdown, can't really go out and get one, I'm thinking I might actually try that. I've never done a dress with a snap closure before, so I think that could be interesting, so I'm probably gonna do that. Then it needs a button right in the middle of the collar here, so that closes, and I need to hem the bottom, and I think I'm gonna take you guys' advice from last dress and do it by hand again this time, because every time I've done it by hand, it did indeed go better than machine sewing it. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna watch a show or something and do that by hand. I think that could be nice. So yeah, we are getting there. I'm so excited. Closure first. It is finished. A little bit of hand sewing later and the dress is done. Oh gosh, guys, I love it so much. There was a little bit where I was a little bit worried while I saw it on the mannequin. I thought it looked a little bit nurse-like. It reminded me of kind of, you know, vintage nurse costumes. But now that I have it on, I don't think that at all anymore. It doesn't remind me of that. Maybe, I think it's probably the shape of the skirt. I'm so used to circle skirts and an A-line skirt like this. It's very 40s, which makes sense because it's a 1939 pattern. But I actually absolutely love it. Stumbling over my words. I love it so much. I think this will be a absolutely perfect dress to wear on those really warm summer days. The material is so lovely and light, and I'm sure it's gonna be really nice and cool when it's really hot out, and it's gonna reflect the light. And one thing it does do is it's kind of see-through. So I think I might have to make a slip dress to go with it, or just be really mindful of what underwear I wear. I do also think that it needs a belt, so I might make one, maybe out of the same material. If I can find a fabric that is like this, this exact beige of the leaves and everything, of the print, then that will be perfect. But if not, I think a brown belt would look really good with it as well. I love it without the belt as well. I just think it would make it a little bit better. I am really happy with pretty much everything about this dress. The finishings, the crispness, and the speed with which I finished this. I think this was one of my quickest dresses ever, which is surprising. I wasn't expecting that. And I think it fits me nicely. I do also think that I maybe took off a little bit too much length of the bodice in the front here, because I didn't consider that my breasts would lift up the bottom a little bit. Patterns that usually tend to be made for slightly smaller breast sizes than mine, so that tends to happen. I didn't consider that, because in the back it is perfect, it sits right on my waist, but then in the front it lifts up a little bit and it's just a tad higher. But I don't mind, actually. I do think it still looks nice like that as well. I love the collar, I love the little button, and I just think it is super, super adorable. I love the sleeves as well. I'm very glad that I made the top narrower and that I decided not to do the shoulder pads. I think it still looks very kind of appropriately broad in the shoulders, even without the shoulder pads. Here it is, guys! My very first 30s, 40s style dress. Very happy I made something with a pattern again, because I don't tend to do that. But this one is really soft and delicate, I think. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more bearable for me. I just don't like loud patterns. I am sure I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of this come summer. I'm really excited, can't wait to wear this. But I think that concludes this video. After a failed sewing project, we have a successful one. Yay! So I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, once again, coming on this journey with me, sewing something from the Vogue Vintage Pattern Collection. This one, much easier to do, can recommend. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more beauty, lifestyle, sewing and fashion content. I want to give a massive thank you to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this video, and a big thank you to you for watching. There is another video here that you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!